everybody watching The Blu-ray Hunter. I'm the Blu-ray Hunter, Jonathan Moody, and I'm here with...
Paul A. Presenter, known as the Moo Cow. Moo!
And I'm also with...
James McAdoo.
James is one of Paul's good friends, so he's going to be joining us for a few videos and our podcast. So,
more meat for the gristle.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Since we lost Jen for a little... Temporarily. She'll be back at some point. Just at least for a couple episodes,
She just can't get enough of us.
I know. She'll be back. But... until then, we're gonna have try to have like some guest speakers because you love hearing me and Paul, but it's sometimes better to listen to like a bunch of people. So
Right.
Anyway, to move on, we're gonna talk about some pickups that we did. So Paul had more than I did, of course, and I'll talk about why my pile's low in a second. But he's gonna go into his.
And of course, it's generally the other way around most of the time, but just in this case, it's a little different. So. We're going to go from the sublime to the ridiculous. My first film that I'm going to talk about is Jean Cocteau's Beauty and the Beast, 1946. This is a Criterion version. This is a sumptuously beautiful black and white version, probably one of the most fantastic renditions of the Beauty and the Beast that's ever done.
The Booty and the Beast?
Beauty and the Beast. And it's just amazing. And with the Criterion version, it's got all kinds of great extras on there. This is one of those movies that a lot of people have talked about. I know Joss Whedon's talked about it, and just a bunch of people have talked about how influential it was on them. And so when I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, I definitely got to grab this for the collection.
So you actually watched it?
I've seen pieces of it from a long time ago, back when I just had my friend had a VHS copy of it, and I saw it, but I haven't since then, so it's been about 25 years. So.
Awesome. Booty and the Beast would be a great porn.
Oh yeah, I know.
No, I can see that being very popular.
Yeah, Booty and the Beast. I don't know where that would go, but hey.
Or some kind of weird pirate movie. Maybe.
You'll get all those strange kids that grew up on Disney movies.
Pirate porn. There you go.
I'm sure they have that. Pirate Jugs from Double D Avenger.
So Beauty and the Beast and pirates with
Booty
porn.
And the Beast. Right.
I love it.
All right.
If we ever do porn, that's our
the
first
one.
movie.
And I'm sure we will. So, moving right along to our second film, another classic, a very different one, but the original 1958 version of The Fly. Buzz, buzz, buzz. So,
Okay, so I was reading this because this is at Best Buy, right? Did you get this at Best Buy?
I did actually.
So this is at Best Buy. It's in there like $5 bin, $6 bin, whatever.
Right.
And I was looking at it, and I always thought, I swear to God, I thought that the doctor was Vincent Price, but he is not. He is a brother of the wife or whatever of the doctor.
Oh, okay.
So that's interesting. I didn't know that. Now I'm gonna eventually. It might be on in the February pickups the February pickups.
Right. Well,
something.
And this just so you know, this is the 20th anniversary. Something or 20th century, what is it? 20th century? I didn't bring my thing with me. Studio Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, collection.
And it comes with commentary, I believe from the actor, doesn't it?
David Hedison and David Del Valle.
Film historian.
Okay,
David
great.
DeVal.
So yeah, so it's got all kinds of cool extras, and like Jonathan said, it was fairly cheap at Best Buy. Okay. So that's number 20. Number 30 is a more modern film. This is from 2015. This got a lot of talk, and it's quite notorious. It's an excellent film that I've been dying to get my hands on, Bone Tomahawk. This is a great mashup, a really fantastic mix of a horror movie and a Western that is very indie, and it kind of starts off as a slow burn and then turns into something really just brutal and overwhelming and crazy, and it's got great performances,
What an
fantastic
all-star
effects.
cast.
Yeah, Sid Haig's in it.
Sid Haig,
Great,
Matthew Fox from Lost, David Arquette,
right?
Richard Jenkins. Tons of great
Kurt
actors.
Russell's the star.
Yeah, Kurt Russell.
It's surprising how much Kurt Russell fits the Western look.
Oh yeah.
does.
And by all accounts, he is definitely channeling his Snake Plissken role from the years gone by and bringing it in. So it has a great reputation. I couldn't wait to get my hands on it. So when I saw it, snapped it up.
Awesome.
And then here's another movie that, typically I've talked in the past about how I usually a movie that I might like, but not necessarily think it's good enough visually for me to pick up on Blu-ray. However, I found this for $1.98, and I could not pass it up. My Cousin Vinny,
Yes.
$1.98. Come
I
on.
love that movie.
Yeah, I love this movie too. I own it as well.
It's the kind of film that I initially poo-pooed and thought, oh, I'm not going to like that. It's going to just be stupid. And then I saw it and I was blown away. It was so adorable. It was so funny. It was so
Marissa
silly.
Tomei makes that movie.
Marissa Tomei was fabulous. Absolutely fabulous in that movie. Makes that movie.
And Joe Pesci was really good too.
Yes,
Like it
yes.
was not a typical Joe Pesci role.
I'm putting on this ridiculous suit for you.
Yeah.
It's so
One
funny.
of my other favorite movies that it doesn't get a lot of attention, but Joe Pesci did a movie in the 90s called The Super.
The
I
super.
never saw that.
No, man. I thought it was a superhero movie or something. No, it is literally about him playing a super,
Wow.
like a superintendent who of a of like an apartment complex or whatever. But it's really funny. I remember watching it like on like HBO or one of
Okay.
those channels back in the day, and it just was one of those things that you would probably get a kick out of. It's Joe Pesci being like My Cousin Vinny Joe Pesci, like a New York
It's
obnoxious guy.
hard to fault Joe Pesci. He's just one of those guys.
Yeah.
Just fabulous. So very cool. So that's 4 for me.
Okay, all right. So my 4. So I have only 1 Blu-ray and then 3 4Ks. So my only Blu-ray that I got, I believe, if there are more, I'll do another video or something. Because we were talking about, I keep forgetting my Darkstone movies that I got at the Darkstone party. Not Darkstone movies, but movies I got from their party and everything. But I was at the Dollar Tree with Paul a couple weeks ago, and we were. I guess we were setting up because we were shooting the Davila show and
Getting
we were
snacks.
getting snacks and other things, and so I was just like, I looked over and I saw these movies. Like there's a movie here, this movie, the
Identical?
The Identical, stars Seth Green, Ashley Judd, Joe Pantoliano,
That is Ray Liotta. Okay.
Yeah.
Ray
Wow.
Liotta. Speaking of Joe Pesci,
I
like,
never
you know,
heard of
like,
this movie.
The Identical. It's some, it looks like some kind of fun little singer, walk the line type romance thing.
Okay.
But it's got Seth Green as the lead star. So that's always fun, I guess, or whatever. I don't know much about it. It was $1, so
It was $1.
I'm kind of excited. I'm a little confused though because it says it's got a making of, and then it's got a behind the scenes with cast commentary. Behind the scenes, but then it doesn't have like a regular commentary.
Oh, that's odd.
That is odd.
Huh.
So why would you just do like the behind the scenes with cast commentary and not get the cast to do commentary for the movie? But I don't know. I haven't watched it. Maybe I'll do a review or something of it because it does seem like a very indie
Or
style
we
movie.
could do a review of the behind the scenes.
That's it. Nothing
And
else.
behind and of the commentary
There
of
you
the
go.
behind the scenes.
There you go.
There's my review. I don't know. It's got Ashley Judd and who else? Some other people. That I mentioned a few other people. Brian Garrick, Garrick D or something.
Who directed it?
Dustin Marcelino. So
Don't know who that
I don't
is.
know who he is either. And Howard Clauser wrote it. So I'm guessing it was an independent movie that somehow or another got like funded and was able to get made. And they got some big stars in it, which always helps.
Oh, yeah.
So a movie, however, I'm kind of sad that like movies like this, I guess you never hear of it. Then
Right,
it goes to the
right.
Dollar Tree,
Right.
and stuff. So there you go. It was like I think it was the Dollar Tree we went to, right, where everything is $1, and that was like literally $1. So I've got other ones, but those are gonna be in my indie film cafe haul. So you're gonna have to check out that later. And so I've also got some 4Ks here, which also have Blu-rays. So technically, I do have like 4 Blu-rays in a way. The first one is American Psycho, classic. Was it a Christian Bale movie? As I was telling Paul earlier, he was talking about how he wants to get it on Blu-ray. I told him to wait till he gets a 4K player to buy it because apparently the 4K looks a lot better, is what I've heard. Is there something wrong with the Blu-ray? They like didn't compress it enough or something. Like there's some issue with it. It just doesn't look that good and clean and whatnot. But the 4K I've heard is really good. Apparently this is the uncut version, and I think it also has the if I'm correct, it has like the regular for the regular version as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
What kind of extras does it have?
Maybe it just has only the uncut. I don't know. What?
I heard somewhere that Patrick Bateman's supposed to be the brother of one of the characters from Reservoir Dogs, the one that goes nuts at the end, that cuts off the ear and everything.
No.
Michael Madsen.
I think I might have it confused.
No, I think you're confused. But that's true. Because in Pulp Fiction, Vincent Vega is related to the guy. So yeah, that's Tarantino. Tarantino couldn't. I don't think he'd ever cross paths. But it's interesting because American Psycho is done in the same universe as what is that movie Rules of Attraction, which Roger Avery directed, who worked with in Pulp Fiction. He did some of the stuff in Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
So there is a little bit of a cross with
6 degrees of separation.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a Kevin Bacon connection in there too somewhere.
Yeah,
Sure.
It'll make me feel better about my wrong idea.
Yeah, now you know.
happens.
You know,
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta remember that stuff because, I don't think Bateman is related to any of them. And that. But anyway, so next is James McAvoy in Split, which you saw that, right? Mm-hmm. And you enjoyed it. As
Yeah,
well.
that's all right.
And did you watch it? Have you seen Split?
Is Split the one with where they split the genome, or is this a different
No,
one?
no.
Okay.
This is basically
This is M. Night Shyamalan.
It's M. Night Shyamalan, and he basically James McAvoy plays a guy with split personality. He's got like 26 different
Oh, I might
personalities, and one of them is called the Beast, and they're all like getting ready for the
As you
Beast.
do.
So they want to feed these 3 children to the Beast, these teenagers to the Beast, and everything like that. All the while he's going to therapy. Which is really funny, like idea that he's going to this therapy, trying to, still trying to show off like that he's normal, but the people in his head are revolting, and the guy, he actually the original person, the multiple personalities has gotten rid of and stuff, like they've like put him all the way back in the back of his head. It's just really cool.
It's like a Pirandello play, honestly. 6 characters in search of a novel or whatever it is.
Yeah, I've heard the only problem a lot of people have is with the ending to the film, and I actually like the ending. Me personally, I like the Beast becoming real and everything because obviously it could have set up where the Beast wasn't real and the Beast was just a human who thought he was like this Beast or whatever. But really, I liked spoilers. Oops for anybody who hasn't seen it, but I like the idea that he's become this creature that can do, climb walls and do all this really cool shit.
I don't know if this is the movie I'm thinking of, or it's reminding me of another movie, but there's this movie where it's all the characters are a part of someone's split personality, and they don't realize it, but they're one that's going to be, that lives at the end is the dominant personality for the person in therapy.
Yeah.
Is that this movie?
That's that movie.
I have seen this movie.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, imagine if instead of the Beast it had been the Fluffy Bunny. That'd have been cool.
But then they wouldn't have kidnapped anybody for him.
No,
So-
but that'd have been nice.
It would have been nice, maybe an alternate version.
There you go, the
M. Night,
Fluffy Bunny.
M. Night, the Fluffy Bunny.
Nobody would expect it. He loves his twisted endings,
Exactly. Nobody would be like it wasn't the Beast, and then it was this Fluffy Bunny that was like, "You guys can go."
And then Monty
That would be like the
Python
most
kicks in.
lackluster ending ever. Like you guys can
Get
go.
on it, M. Night. But I want credit.
All right, and lastly, I just picked up this recently. I've been main reason I haven't been buying movies recently is because in February we're shooting a short film called Lucas and Olivia. He's in it, I'm in it. We're getting him to be an extra if he wants to be one.
We're drafting everyone.
Yeah, we're drafting everyone. If you've been a part of Indie Film Cafe, you are more than welcome to come out and hang out and stuff like that. Jen, that means you too.
Jen!
So anyway, we basically are doing this. I've been doing this short, so I've been using all my money and including birthday money and stuff to fly people out or put things up, and I'm giving people places to stay, which is amazing, that I'm able to do all this. But in the same sense, it's costly, and then I'm having to not, do, and I'm gonna probably, honestly, because I've got so much coming up. I've got Texas Frightmare in May. We've got Scares That Care in August. I've got Laura Jean's wedding to go to in November. I am going to be swamped with
Got those
stuff.
special cow pajamas you promised to buy and wear. Yeah, it's gonna be money.
Anyway, so I haven't been able to really spend a lot of money on movies, and that kind of sucks. But in the same sense, what would I rather be doing? Making my own movie that hopefully blows up and gets us money, so I can can buy more movies, or and buy one just every once in a while, or spend all my money on movies and not be able to live my dream. I don't know, but since that's the case, I have I bought one movie, especially since I had like a bunch of money. I got some money for things, and I may get a couple movies for February, but it won't. Literally, it'll be like this again, most likely, until I don't know. I don't know if it'll ever get back to where I was buying like 1 million movies or whatever, and having more than he does. But I am kind of shocked that he's buying more than I am, so I may step up my game soon. I don't know.
Challenge accepted.
Oh God, then you're gonna step up your game, I guess. Anyway, I got Blade Runner.
Yay!
The first cut, final cut. Sorry, final cut. Which I was talking to my brother and my dad about this. My dad wasn't sure which one he liked. He liked the theatrical, I think, of the cut the best. So I was looking at what the differences were, and the final cut is actually the director's cut. The director's cut is not even the director's cut. The director's cut is director approved,
Right.
by him, but it wasn't picked by him as to what Ridley Scott wanted to do. The final cut is what Ridley wanted, period.
It's really good.
Including the Unicorn Dream, and stuff, which I need to rewatch this because I've totally forgot that, and everything.
It's one of my absolute favorite movies of all time. It's in my top 10, if not top 5 favorite movies of all time. And even though I was used to just the theatrical version for years and years and years, and I do kind of like it sentimentally, I still think that the final cut is really the best one that's out there.
Well, I was looking for something that I wanted for my birthday, basically. This is a birthday present to myself.
There you go.
And so I was like, what can I find? And there were a bunch of movies, and I had like $25 to $30 that I wanted to spend. That was the most. So I was like, I'm gonna buy something. And so I was like, all right, I'll take a look. I'll buy Blade Runner. It's only $20 or something like that. It was pretty cheap for, maybe it's 25. It might have been 25, something like that. But it was well worth it. I've got 2049, which I still haven't seen yet. Heard it's not nearly as good as this movie, but it's pretty decent too. So
it's a good movie.
I figured you have both of them together, and got a set right there. So.
And one thing I did want to point out, your little Freudian slip there about your movie blowing up and making you money for the sole purpose that you can go out and buy more movies. That's really why he's doing it. So he can, a way to make more money so he can make more movies or buy more movies.
Buy more movies, yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I want eventually. Like, I want a huge collection of movies. However, you have to take what you can get, and sometimes you can only, once a month you can only buy 3 4Ks or whatever.
40 years from now, he's going to be like hoarding all these DVDs and Blu-rays and 4Ks, and they're going to find him like in a garage with like a fuck ton of them buried on top of him.
I got more than he does for these, like for Blu-rays.
For Blu-rays, yeah, not for DVDs though.
DVDs, I think we might be close, but I think you might be winning. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to see one day.
It'll all just be
whip out our DVDs.
In a back corner where we're all using brainwaves as a format. There's dead formats everywhere.
Hey! DVD and Blu-ray are never gonna
My entire library is HD DVD.
We've talked about the vanishing physical format, and that's come up on a number of different shows. So we should check out what we had to say about that. But in any event, getting back to the Blu-rays, so I want to finish off with, I ended up getting a couple of Blu-rays of two of my favorite TV shows. This is The X-Files, the infamous season 11. So that's when they finally came back after that hiatus, and they did these last 10 shows that I believe that you could only see them on Fox, on Internet Fox, and I think I saw like maybe half of them. So there's about 5 of them that I have not seen, and you know, the X-Files were always a big influence on me. I always loved the show. I loved the everybody involved. I loved Gillian Anderson. And so when I saw that they were packaged out there as one final season, I was like, well, I got to grab that. Even though all my other X-Files are on DVD and not on Blu-ray, at some point I am going to upgrade all the X-Files, because that is something that would be visually enhanced by using the Blu-ray format.
Looks like Mitch Pileggi was back.
Oh yeah, he was. I don't think he was in all the episodes, but he was in at least 3 or 4 of them.
We got to meet. Well, did you get to meet him?
I did not.
He was at Scares That Care.
Oh, that's right, I did. That's right.
Yeah,
I saw
and
him.
I went up to shake his hand, right, and just tell him I was a huge fan of him, because he was in Supernatural, obviously one of my favorite shows. And I came up to him and I said, you know, I was like, hey, and I went to shake his hand, and he fist bumped me.
Nice.
So mainly because he didn't want to catch anybody's germs.
Yeah, no, he was a
I
cool
don't
guy.
blame him.
That's
Cool
reasonable.
guy. But yeah, so I got that, and then this was another one, Star Trek Next Generation. This is all the Next Generation movies. So this is all 4 movies. So this is Resurrection and Insurrection and Nemesis and First Contact, and it's all the Picard, Data, Troy, Worf group. It's all the movies that they ended up doing. And I like all the Star Trek shows, but Next Generation was always my favorite. I always thought the writing in that was just far superior to anything else.
What did you think of the movies, though?
The movies were decent. I liked the TV show better, honestly. Especially a couple of them were kind of eh. But, you know, I love the characters so much that I wanted to see their continuing adventures. And, of course, the really big news is that this year we're going to get Jean-Luc Picard back, because Sir Patrick Stewart has said that he's been finally given a chance to come back and act as that character in a whole new series that's based in the Star Trek Next Generation universe that he's continuing on, except he's going to be Picard in kind of a different later kind of world, a different kind of setting, because things have changed an awful lot since Next Generation.
Will he be in a
went away.
wheelchair?
No, but it's gonna be kind of a darker place, and I think that's kind of the thing, is that they've been sort of crying for people. People say, I only wish we had someone like Jean-Luc Picard to guide us these days, and he finally said, well, you give me a good show or good writing, I'll come back, and they finally did, and that's kind of where it's coming from. So, the world needs Jean-Luc Picard to sort of step back in and bring them back to, some semblance of civilization. So anyway, I saw it there, and I was like, yeah, this is going to be cool, and I love me some Star Trek, so I snapped it up.
I was always an original generation guy. That's what I
Okay.
was raised on. So Wrath of
I hear
Khan
ya.
is my favorite.
Come on!
Well, that's it. That's all we got. Wow, it's almost 24 minutes in. So that's awesome. This has been a pretty cool episode. If you've seen any of the things that we've shown here, let us know. And whatever your thoughts are on these, please comment below. Let us know what you guys are thinking. Any last words?
Not that I have.
Nope. Just me and the monkey.
Yes, so there you go. All right, well, thank you guys so much for checking this out, and hope you enjoy your February. Bye.
Peace out.
See ya.